Andor finally came out, and man, this is a show that I haven't really known what to expect from because I watched Rogue One when it came out, and I didn't really have any strong feelings on it. I really don't care for Rogue One. There are things I like about that movie as a Star Wars fan. I like the gritty realism of the war tone, which I think this show does a great job at adapting and continuing on with. I really like a lot of the characters in concept, but in execution, the movie didn't really do much and give these characters a lot of character. So I was kind of like, when I heard Andor show was coming out, I was like, okay. My first thought was, okay, yeah, let's do this. I didn't. My biggest problem with Rogue One is I didn't like the characters. They weren't that great. They allude to things that happened in their past, but we don't see those things, so they're not really that interesting of characters for that reason. Then you get to, but then my second thought was, wait a minute, why do I give a shit about Andor? And I get it. Part of my where that comes from is I don't know a lot about this character because the movie didn't do a lot to develop or do anything interesting with this character. But it's also the fact that this is a character I already know the outcome of. He fucking dies. Like we watched the movie where he blows up and dies. That's happened. So why would I give a shit about a show about him? And that still remains to be seen. However, after watching these first 3 episodes, while that still remains to be seen why I should care about this character and this story and what the point of it is, I'm intrigued. Spoilers for the first 3 episodes. Not major spoilers. I don't really want to give any major spoilers. But the idea of the show is basically it is a spy espionage kind of in the universe of fucking Star Wars. Cassian kills someone like a cold-blooded spy would, where he's here to do a thing. We don't know what that thing is. He's lying. He's cheating his way to get around. But he does what he needs to do to get in, get out. And that is the story of the first episodes. He kills this dude, and he gets in and gets out. That's basically how these first 3 episodes roll, and that's awesome. I really like that. It gives this world a very gritty tone at a time where this is at the universe of Star Wars is probably most horrific. You have an empire ruling over everything, taking over, and killing people in mass droves, and all kinds of things like that. Then we have the fact that at the beginning of this episode he mentions his sister. He doesn't, but he's looking for his sister, but doesn't even know her name. Very interesting kind of plot developments and interesting directions to go. Yeah, I mean the performances were great. Diego Luna was always good as this character. That's never been my issue with Rogue One. Rogue One, the characters are bad, but the actors are great. It's very weird because they're so boring of characters played by amazing actors who give amazing performances. It just shows that it doesn't matter how great of an actor is. If you give a character nothing, then they're going to remain nothing. And it just, I don't know. But these first 3 episodes did a really good job at making me intrigued in the story. I don't know what the point of the show is, but I want to watch it. And sometimes maybe a show doesn't have to have a point, or a movie doesn't have to have a point, because there's no point to Solo. But I like Solo. I enjoy watching it. I just would rather there be a point to it existing and what the story means and why I'm seeing this story. Because Star Wars is a franchise that could have millions and millions of fresh and new ideas. If you're not gonna tell me something new or be an interesting story, I don't really give a shit. And unfortunately, Solo was kind of like that for me. But I did like these first 3 episodes. I think they're fantastic, and I'm excited to see what happens next.